This is Spanish needles, also called beggar ticks. The Latin name is Biden's alba. And in my opinion, this is the #1 best wildflower in the state of Florida. This stuff is tough as nails. It transplants at any size. It grows under almost any conditions. It blooms all year. The pollinators love it. The young growth is edible. They're free. They've grown at every place I've owned in Florida my whole life without me doing anything. They're just there for me every time. They're the survivors of the wildflower world. The plant atlas says that the nativity of the species is doubtful because the earliest record is from around 1830. And to be native, the plant has to be occurring here before European contact, which is around 1500. So it will most likely be reclassified as non-native. I've watched them do this for decades. The powers that be tout a plant as native, telling everyone to plant it, and then they declare it's not native and tell everybody to stop planting it. It's maddening. Regardless of what they decide, I'm still going to be using Spanish needles front and center in my green space. This is why I love Spanish needles. This area of my yard is the top of the septic tank. It's dry, sandy, arid. Nothing will grow here. But the Spanish needle thrives all on its own, without any help from me, just Mother Nature guiding it to grow there and provide me with nectar source for my pollinators, beautiful flowers to look at. Spanish needle is a very underappreciated native wildflower. Alright, one thing that'll be helpful with Spanish needles is to learn to identify what the seedlings look like when they're coming up in your lawn or wherever. That guy is a Spanish needle seedling. Let me see if I can find a couple more. So here's a couple more. Here's one that started blooming, and behind that are a couple more volunteers. So those guys can be left there to grow up and bloom, or you can dig them up and move them to another area. They grow in containers. Like I said, they transplant really, really well at any size. But if you're going to transplant them with flowers, you should always cut off the blooms. That way the plant can concentrate on recovering instead of keeping the flowers alive. But don't worry, the blooms, it'll start blooming again really soon. These are the Biden's alba seed heads. As you can see, each seed has 2 little bristles. They're called awns. And that's an identifying feature for Biden's alba. So always make sure that it has 2 awns. If it has 3 to 5 awns, then it's a different species. Check every day for fresh seeds. Make sure you harvest them before they have a chance to collect insects or powdery mildew or anything like that. So you should check probably every other day and collect the freshest seeds that you can. I like to use plants that can take care of themselves, and Spanish needles is definitely one of those. I no longer let peer pressure control my gardening choices. I do what I want in my green space. It's my sanctuary and my creation. My motto is do what makes you happy. Enjoy your green space.